let's hook it up to a couple of batteries. What I'll do first, I think, is just screw it roughly back. I had to replace a wire there because it had snapped right off. You've seen I've already changed the wiring to the two 9-volt batteries. That screw is actually cross-threaded badly there. The tuning cap, the rubbers on that have hardened up. Don't think I'm going to be able to tighten that. No. So the rubbers have had it on that, it's moving about a lot. Don't know if I'll be able to get into the switch itself. What are you doing there? There we go. Can certainly look at lubricating the bearings in the tuning cap because that's a bit croaky. Let's do that as well. Let's give it its best shot, shall we? So what I'm doing is just lubricating the end shaft of the tuning capacitor, which is right down in there. Okay, sounding good. Right. Getting metal out of the way. Old capacitor legs, etc. There's my two battery terminals. Let's make sure we've got enough power on these. I could hook it up to the bench supply, but now stick it on the battery. 9.5, 9.3. Here we go then. That's the first one. And the second one. As I say, I've had to do a bit of a fudge on the battery leads, but, well, not fudge, I've done it properly really. Let's get off the speaker. So, let's get us in here. Our little Japanese friend. Power. Volume. Oops.
And Switzerland. The Wales group, Slovakia beat Russia 2-1. England-Wales is the first game of the day later. Kick-off at 2 o'clock with... Thanks.
It is actually surprisingly good quality. I'm assuming this is medium wave. That'll be the video recorder. Yes. Okay, unfortunately this sounds like my battery's going on the video recorder. That's that one.
Including the young spinner Carl Carver, 3 for 5 in 18 balls. Fisher's heaviest runs in this day cricket and Yorkshire's biggest win. And for the time being, excellent.
Elsewhere there were wins for Hampshire, Essex and Durham. And Great Britain won 7 goals.
Of Hodgson and his comments.
There we go. One little Japanese radio working. There you go. Well, certainly that was terrible for capacitors. Wiring issues. But back together. All working. I'd say it's not the neatest capacitor job I've ever done, but I've just popped them in just to try them and see if I get it up and running, and lo and behold, that's pretty much what it was. I've replaced this wire down here, which was off of the earth side of the tuning cap. That was that would come off. It was actually broken right off. So let's stick it back together now, and I'll give it a final test when it's back in its case. Okay, well, I'm trying to put this back together, but unfortunately all sorts of things are working against me. Right, there's some screws that are the wrong size, screws that are cross-threaded, luckily I've got loads of screws that I've taken out of old bits and pieces over the years, so normally got something that will do the job. So really, I'm having to replace the screws as well. Okay, found another job that needs doing. The tuning capacitor is wobbling all over the place, and that's down to these old rubber grommet-y spacery things. Parish to hell. And, totally shot. So I've got some grommets that will go in there, fit the holes. These are the ones I use for the Roberts R200s and 300s, exactly the same size. Let's get that out of the way a minute. Let's wiggle them in. Come on, get in there. Go on. Come on. In we go. That's that one. And the last one. Let's say these are only a matter of pennies, so while I'm at it, I might as well do it. Right, saves taking it apart electrically again. So there we are, 3 new tuning cap grommets. The only thing is I might need to just put something in behind to space it, because I don't think this will do them up very tight. Don't know, might be alright. Certainly better than it was before. See how we get on, because I can actually put some extra spacers in behind just to hold it. No, I think that'll be fine. A lot better than it was. Oh.
There's obviously videos doing the rounds on social media. I saw that there was a group of Irish fans who this elderly French.
Okay. Now we're really getting there. Almost back together. So I'll carry on. Right, just putting this little radio back together. I'm just debating what adhesive to use on these, but I've opted for just some contact adhesive. So that's pretty simple, just a squirt of it on both surfaces. Let it go off for 5 minutes and then push them together and job done. Be careful because this stuff gets a bit stringy and goes everywhere. The idea on this stuff is to keep it quite thin, contact adhesive. If you put it on too thick, it just splodges out everywhere. You don't need a lot of it for a pretty good fixing. And once it grabs on, and it's difficult to move it again. There, let that go off for 5 minutes. I'll stick it together. Okay, it's all back together. Had a bit of a tidy up on the bench to give this one a bit of a run. So as you can see, I have cleaned it up a fair bit. It's a lot healthier than it was. In the back I've got my newly rewired batteries all in, new capacitors. So this is frequency on this one's 535 kilocycles to 1605 kilocycles, which is the medium wave band. 10 transistors, but say there's a big lump of 4 in there where they've just paralleled them up. So yeah, just to get this transistor count up, unfortunately. But as I say, the main issue with this radio was these. They're obviously no good. Branding on them, that one says, looks like Ebar San or Ebar Sun. These are universal, all the rest of this Ebar Sun or Ebar San. So yeah, all of those pretty much totally shot. I think there's only a couple that were, well, in fact no, they were all shot because they're all out of tolerance. So anyway, let's pop the back on and we'll give this a go. So as per usual, I'm probably going to need to turn some stuff off here, but we'll see how we get on. So as I say, I've stuck all these back on. There's some silver, or some I don't know if it's gold or silver discs missing off of these. Again, that can be made up with a bit of foil paper. And there's the international badge missing off the front here. So if anyone has got one of these that they can just scan that badge for me. What I'll do is I'll cut out a piece of aluminium and I'll transfer the logo onto it, stick it back in the middle, a couple of these on, and then that's a perfectly usable radio, because it is actually surprisingly a good performer on medium wave. So let's turn it on. So we've certainly got some volume now, which we never had before.
Thank you very much. 14 minutes to, there's a lot of secrets here and we're struggling to keep them on BBC Radio Devon. 14 minutes to 5. Let's bring it up to date with this afternoon's headlines.
Radio Devon.
BBC Radio Devon. And we'll look at many of these stories in detail just after 5 o'clock. And also to come before 5.
It's certainly got some volume now anyway.
He's looking after Spotlight along with Victoria Graham on later this evening. So the headlines: the Labour MP Joe Cox has been Wales.
Our great Twitter handle here, ice with no lemon. Gutted over 90 minutes, England deserved to win. Sitting back was a risk. On to Russia on Monday. Let's stay positive. Lots of...
I've been build up to the game.
No, not at all. I think
beat Russia. Slovakia also this no-named test.
Slow-moving showers are likely to cause some surface water flooding in places like the kind of stuff we experienced yesterday. Top temperature of 18 degrees.
The latest traffic and travel news from...
Well, there we are.
Andy Bray, as I mentioned.
You're waiting to be saved by the bell, even though it came really late, that's all. It seemed inevitable.
Well, there we are. Little international HiFi. I wouldn't say it's HiFi to be fair, but you know, they've called it HiFi. 10 transistor radio from Japan. As I say, genuine top grain cowhide hand saddle stitch. Look, this actually is quite a substantial leather case. I must admit, some of the ones with PVC cases are pretty horrible, but this one's really heavy hide. You can tell it is, and it does weigh a fair bit. So, hope you enjoyed that. As I say, this is the 5th out of the 6 radios in the basket. So, next up, we've got the last of the bunch, which is the Hacker Hunter RP38A. So that one's going to be interesting. Anyway, if you like this, give me a thumbs up. Please leave any comments if you know anything about these radios. As I say, I know it's 1964-65. It's the same age as me. And other thing is, if you have got any of these bits, then let me know, and I'd like them. And I suppose again, if anybody fancies this radio, let me know. But there we are, all working. Bye for now.